I have a huge passion for sports. Spent the entirety of my life growing up expecting to have either 1, 2, or 3 sports in a year that I was playing. It's just something to go do that's fun. I just love sports, and I think that made it really easy for me to transfer into this environment instead of running around doing stuff. You're sitting down playing a video game. It gives you the same feeling of like playing for a team and playing in a competitive environment. I just enjoy doing stuff with people. My name is Parker Visage, and this is you in Parkie.
This is terrible.
Can we talk about how you have a gambling addiction and why poker night was your activity of choice?
I don't have a gambling addiction. I like having fun. It was important to me to be able to like make sure that everyone that I've created a bond with and like that relationship with, it was important to make sure that I could have all of them there. And the majority of the people that I've met and talked to actively since coming to college are all Rocket League or other esports program people. I just like the aspect of having a bunch of people that mean a lot to you in one place and just being able to like do something while you're talking and bond with each other while you're playing.
I'm broke here to do this. I started with 15.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, this is like barely $6.
Rank your friends with the biggest addiction to gambling to the lowest addiction to gambling.
Javian's bad. I think it was 6:30 in the morning, this morning, Javian sent the Rocket League picks are out and sent a parlay link at 6:30 in the morning, and he's already talking about it. Javian, me, Darren, and Cameron, just in any order, as long as Javian is in number 1. Whenever the game was a PS4 exclusive, like back when it first came out, I went to my friend Chad's house. I played it a lot at his place because I couldn't play it. I didn't have a PlayStation. I was an Xbox kid. I found out in high school that they opened it up to Xbox. I still didn't have a PC yet, so I was playing it on Xbox. Started my grind to try and actually get pretty decent at the game, which took a lot longer than I feel most people would take. I wasn't that good, and then I got my computer freshman year, and then that's when I really like developed, and then eventually tried out for UNT's team. I got there at the long run. So my freshman year, Darren, so 40, he told me, he was like, hey, like there's a Discord for the club teams, you should join it. I joined like a day and a half before the club team tryout form closed. I think literally like same day, Neo reached out to me, and Neo was like, this is when the tryouts are, make sure you can be there. I made the very last team. I was literally on the worst team out of anybody. It was me, Firefox, Electrowave, and Andrew Ninja were the 4 of us that played on that first club team. I got really burnt out from like having to like actually play the game for something instead of just playing it at like 3 a.m. in high school with my friends. I wouldn't have taken that huge like 6-7 month break that I took during club teams if I knew that I had the potential to make the program one day, because I lost a lot of time to develop in that 7 months that I didn't play. And I think if I would have played through all that time, I probably could have gotten a lot better at the game than I am now. Darren told me that he wanted to try out for the club teams because he had just gotten into Rocket League, and that dude got so good so fast. There's a picture somewhere of me 1v1ing Darren, and I beat him 27-2, and I guess that like sparked the gas in him. But he told me he wanted to try out for the club teams, so I came back, tried out, and I played on a team with 40 and Bruce Almighty's son, Nog Ominous. They announced that summer that there was going to be a B team. That's when I first made the program, was the first semester of my junior year, playing with Cameron and Harvey. If I would have felt this, it would have been super obvious. Oh, it's mine! Oh! Yo, no way! I liked how much more professional it felt, I guess, because like the club teams, like it's not that like we weren't trying or anything. Playing for the program was more, we actually like had to do things, and like we knew what, like these are what y'all are competing for, this is what you're playing in, like this is what you're working towards. There was more of a defined goal. Honestly, going into this last semester was the most excited I've ever been because I only had to learn one new person to play with. Shout out Derek for staying with me, I guess, because it was a lot to, you work an entire semester playing with 2 other people. Your progress is just like so visible. I mean, you start at essentially nothing as a team of 3, and then you finish the semester with whatever you accomplished. And whether it's summer break or the 1-month winter break, and then all of a sudden you have 2 completely different people. Everyone has a completely different game style. It was weird constantly riding the wave of like highs and lows, because it just go from, we just peaked and played like how good we played now, and then a couple months later it's just 2 new guys that had no idea what like what to expect coming into it. I had to kind of lead by example a lot of the time. I think if it would have just been showing up and it being really easy over and over again, that it probably wouldn't have been as enjoyable. Start from a low point and grind our way up as the three of us over and over again. Cameron and Harvey is easy. Qual 4 for the Open. Every single qualifier for the 4 Opens, we made it one round further than we did the week before. We made it to the lower qual game. We were up 2-0 in the series. Then we got reverse swept. So we all left and everyone was real sad. And then the next day, Harvey texted the group chat and said that Utah just won the Open through lowers. So it was kind of cool looking back at it now to know that we were that close to making top 8 and the team that knocked us out was the team that won it. So Darren and Javian, I think that's obvious. I mean, we won NACE. Like that's just no doubt about it. That was one of the coolest things ever. It's pretty cool to see that on the other side of the bracket was Auburn, and they were the only loss we had that entire season was a loss to Auburn. To get the revenge story and beat them in 7 was really cool. I think winning NACE that's like the most accomplished I guess I've felt. Derek and Jeremy gives us crap for it a lot of the time, but me and Derek kept talking about how excited we were that we beat Long Beach. Long Beach was like just finishing like their long stay in CRL that they've had. Even the A team like had trouble beating them. For us to play them round 2 and beat them was really, really cool. Jeremy and Derek, the first like month and a half, it was so difficult because all 3 of us just completely butted heads with like everything. Derek and Jeremy's first semester on the team, and then it's like I'm trying to help out where I can, but everyone's got a different idea at the start of what they want until everything eventually just kind of clicks and then the team settles in and everyone just ends up being fine. Derek's gotten mad at me before one time during a scrim when it was me, him, and Jeremy playing, and I had the Rangers game on my phone when the Rangers were playing in the World Series. And Derek was getting frustrated that I was watching the World Series while we were in a scrim block, so then I turned it off. So I don't want to make Derek angry.
I thought it was gonna be something. I thought it was gonna be something wholesome, and it wasn't. I didn't read the whole thing before I read it out loud.
Why did you read that? Stop reading chat! Stop reading the chat! Anyways.
Bachelor's in Business Administration and Economics. It's the only economics degree that's in the business college. I really want to be an actuary. Seems fun to me. It's like a risk management kind of thing. Pretty interesting job because if you don't do it right, I guess like people are gonna get really mad at you. I like that stress, I guess. I've always thought about doing broadcasting. That was a dream of mine when I was younger, was to do sports broadcasting, but I didn't have the patience to have all my classwork be writing assignments. Kevin, you were my GOAT. I love Kevin. Kevin made shooting all the videos a lot of fun. Kevin's a great person, and I miss having Kevin around, but shout out Kevin. I guess I gotta say shout out V. All the Rocket League guys always come in and give V a bunch of crap and say like, what even is your job? Like, do you do anything? But it's because we all know V does a lot, so shout out V for doing so much for the program. Big shout out to Kyle. Kyle gave me one replay review before my tryout to make the team with Harvey and Cameron. Helped me a lot as a player for the tryout. Kyle said that when they were making the decision, it was really cool for him to see that someone that was thinking about trying out reached out and asked for help. He said I was the only person that said I just want to try and get better before I have the tryout. And said that he liked that it looked like I had the motivation and drive to do that. So shout out Kyle. Shout out to Verge also. It was a short stay with Verge. I think it was only the 2 semesters that I got with him, but Verge I think in that time frame taught me the most out of anybody. All my teammates, managers, Ryan and Seth, for putting up with having to be up here all the time to not even play. They're just watching or scheduling stuff. I pretty much played with everybody. So all my teammates really gave me the chance to do what I like to do and made it all fun.